You think you have free will? Yeah, you don't. Right now, literally right now, your next decision has already been calculated, packaged, and sold to the highest bidder. That thing you're about to buy, they knew you'd want it before you did. That video you're about to watch, it was chosen for you 20 steps ago. Your desires, your impulses, your deepest fears, they're not yours anymore. They're data points in a system so sophisticated, it makes the Matrix look like a children's toy. And the people at the top, they've already mapped out your entire week, maybe your entire year. Tonight, I'm pulling back the curtain on the most sophisticated control system ever built. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. This is Lucid Code. Let's go deep. For thousands of years, control was obvious. Kings used religion to keep peasants obedient. Dictators used guns and propaganda. Corporations used flashy ads and celebrity endorsements on TV. You could see the manipulation. You could feel the pressure. But today, the manipulation is invisible. And that's exactly why it's unbeatable. See, the modern elite doesn't guess what you want anymore. They don't hope their ad catches your eye. They don't cross their fingers and pray you'll buy. They calculate it. They track it. They build psychological models so accurate, they know what you'll crave next Thursday at 3 p.m. before you even think about it. Think about that for a second. There's a server somewhere, probably in a massive data center you'll never see, that knows you're about to get hungry for pizza this Friday night. It knows because you got hungry for pizza the last 3 Fridays. It knows because your location data shows you drive past a pizza place on your way home. It knows because your social media engagement spikes when you see food content late in the week. So when that perfectly timed Domino's ad hits your feed at 6:47 p.m. on Friday, that's not a coincidence. That's a billion-dollar prediction engine doing exactly what it was designed to do. And the wildest part? You gave them permission. Every app you downloaded, every accept all cookies button you clicked without reading, every smart device listening in your living room, every convenient feature you enabled because it made your life 2% easier. You didn't just adopt technology. You invited a 24/7 surveillance system into your brain and called it progress. The system isn't new. Control has always existed. Only the tools evolved. And these tools, they're more powerful than any army, any empire, any dictator in human history. Because you can't fight an enemy you don't even know is there. Here's what freaks me out. Algorithms don't just watch you. They study you. Every scroll, every pause on a video, every 2 a.m. Google search you thought no one would see, every product you looked at but didn't buy, every article you started reading but abandoned halfway through. They track the exact moment you get bored, the second you feel anxious, the precise instant you're most vulnerable to spending money. And over time, they build a psychological profile of you that's more accurate than your own self-awareness. You know that feeling when you can't quite figure out why you're in a bad mood? The algorithm already knows. It noticed you've been watching more nostalgic content lately. It saw you scrolling faster than usual. It detected you're spending less time on posts from friends and more time on distraction content. A Facebook engineer literally admitted this on record. We can detect emotional vulnerability before the user is even conscious of it. Let that sink in for a second. They know you're sad before you realize you're sad. They know you're feeling insecure before you put it into words. And what do they do with that information? They sell it to advertisers who craft messages designed to exploit that exact emotional state. So when you think you're choosing what to watch on YouTube, nah, that was predicted 20 steps ago based on your behavior pattern. When you think you discovered a cool new trend on TikTok, you didn't discover anything. You were fed that trend because you're part of a behavioral cluster, a category of millions of people who react exactly the same way to specific stimuli. Your choices feel natural because they were engineered to feel natural. You're not driving, you're on rails, and the destination was decided without you. But here's where it gets even darker. The system doesn't just predict what you'll do. It shapes what you'll want to do next. It's not passive observation. It's active influence. You watch one video about productivity. Suddenly, your feed is flooded with productivity content. Within a week, you're convinced you need a new planner, a standing desk, a premium app subscription. Did you really want those things? Or did the algorithm create the desire by repeatedly exposing you to it until it felt like your idea? This is called behavior modification. And it's not a theory, it's a documented business model. Let me hit you with the uncomfortable truth. Tech companies don't study your intelligence. They study your weaknesses. They've reverse-engineered dopamine better than most neuroscientists. Notifications that buzz at just the right time. Red dots that trigger anxiety if you don't check them. Infinite scroll that makes just one more video turn into 3 hours you'll never get back. Apps aren't designed to be fun, they're designed to be addictive. And I'm not exaggerating. Teams of PhDs in behavioral psychology, people with decades of research experience, sit in rooms at Google, Meta, TikTok, and every other major platform, figuring out how to hack your brain just enough to keep you hooked, but not so much that you notice you're hooked. They study reward timing. They test different notification sounds. They A/B test colors, button placements, even the wording of push notifications to see which version keeps you engaged 3% longer. That's their job. Not to make your life better, to make you stay. Because your attention is the product. And every second you stay on that screen, someone's getting paid. In 2021, TikTok's average user spent 95 minutes per day on the app. That's not because the content is just that good. It's because the algorithm is just that effective. It learns what makes you laugh, what makes you angry, what makes you feel inspired or outraged or curious. And then it feeds you an endless stream of that exact emotional trigger. You think you're scrolling for fun, but you're training the algorithm to control you better. The elite doesn't need to force you into obedience anymore. They just need to keep you distracted. As long as you're entertained, you're not asking questions. As long as you're consuming, you're not resisting. This isn't conspiracy theory stuff. This is documented reality. Let me give you some examples that should make your skin crawl. Example 1. Target's pregnancy prediction. A major U.S. retailer, Target, used shopping data to figure out a teenage girl was pregnant before her own father knew. They noticed she started buying unscented lotion, magnesium supplements, and a specific type of cotton fabric. Subtle changes. But the algorithm recognized the pattern. So they sent her coupons for baby clothes and prenatal vitamins. Her dad found the coupons in the mail and absolutely lost his mind. He called the store, furious, demanding to know why they were sending his teenage daughter pregnancy-related ads. The manager apologized. Then, a week later, the dad called back to apologize because his daughter was pregnant. She just hadn't told him yet. The algorithm knew before the family did. Example 2. Kids' apps are slot machines. You know those educational apps parents download for their kids? They're deliberately built using the same psychological mechanics as slot machines. Flashing lights, random rewards, variable reinforcement schedules, the same technique that keeps gamblers pulling the lever. It's not about education. It's about conditioning children to crave stimulation, so they grow into adults who can't put their phones down. And it's working. Studies show kids as young as 5 are showing signs of behavioral addiction to screens. Not because they're weak, because the apps are designed to exploit their developing brains. Example 3. Facebook's emotional manipulation. And here's the one that should terrify you. In 2017, Facebook got caught with an internal document that admitted they could identify when teenagers felt insecure, anxious, worthless, or defeated, and then served them targeted ads during those exact emotional states. When a corporation can sense your feelings before you consciously feel them, that's not marketing. That's psychological warfare. Let's talk about choice, because you think you have it. Walk into a supermarket. Look at any shelf. You grab the cheapest option, right? You're being smart with your money. Except that product's placement was determined by eye-tracking studies and heat map data designed to predict exactly where your gaze would land. The most profitable items are always at eye level. The bargain brands are placed just below, so you feel like you're making a smart decision. You didn't choose it. You were guided to it. You buy something because everyone's talking about it. But those influencers? They were selected based on psychographic profiles that classified you into a category engineered to convert. They studied your age, location, income, interests, and personality type. Then, they matched you with the influencer statistically most likely to make you trust them. You're not part of a trend. You're part of a test group. Netflix shows you a thumbnail. You click it because it looks interesting, but what you didn't see. The other 47 versions of that thumbnail they tested on users who behave exactly like you. You got the one statistically proven to make you click. Same show, different image. Personalized manipulation. Even your Spotify playlists aren't random. The songs are arranged based on data about when you're most likely to skip, replay, or share. Your Discover Weekly. It's not discovery. It's algorithmic curation designed to keep you subscribed. It's not control. It's curation. An invisible architecture guiding every decision you make. So smoothly, you never notice the walls closing in. You think you're free because the cage is so big you can't see the edges. Here's the part most people hate hearing. You can't fully escape this system. Not unless you're willing to live off-grid, grow your own food, and never touch the internet again. And let's be honest, you're not doing that. You can't stop generating data. You can't erase yourself from the algorithm. Even if you delete your accounts, your digital shadow remains. But here's what you can do. Wake up. Awareness breaks the spell. When you understand why you're being nudged, you stop following the nudge automatically. You start questioning. Why do I suddenly want this? Who benefits if I believe this? Am I choosing this, or was I led here? Technology isn't evil. Blind obedience is the elite's most powerful weapon isn't money. It's not data. It's not surveillance tech. It's the fact that most people never stop scrolling long enough to ask, wait, why do I want this? The moment you start asking that question, you're no longer part of the system. You're awake. So let me leave you with one question. If the richest, most powerful people on Earth can influence your decisions without you ever noticing, how many of your beliefs are actually yours? How many of your opinions were planted in your head because they're profitable? How many of your desires were engineered by someone who profits when you feel incomplete? If you lost your free will without realizing it, how would you even know? Think about that. Really think about it. Because the answer might be the most uncomfortable thing you face this year. Stay aware, stay curious, and for the love of everything, stay lucid. See you in the next one.